I wouldn't mind answering this question first, if you don't mind. Again, we can keep unboxing
Yeah, go ahead.
things, but because you and I had a conversation about this player just recently. To answer the question, Boo Mini asks, are you guys fans of Anthony Edwards? I'm a basketball fan. Yes, I am a fan of Anthony Edwards. He is an incredible, incredible talent. One day, if not already, he will be one of the faces of the league. You know what I mean? He might already be there. He is a great, great talent. And I don't know him personally, but I'm sure he is a really good dude. But man, he is a little too overconfident. And we had a question about that, but I'm salty about it because he recently made a comment where he pretty much said, I didn't watch it. I haven't watched like NBA history. I didn't watch like players in the 90s and all that, but Michael Jordan was the only one with talent, blah, blah, blah. Stupid comment. Don't know what he was thinking. Don't know if he was high or drunk when he said that. And look, in all fairness, I didn't actually read the article. I think it came from like I forgot the media company, but
It was all over.
They had like a paywall. I couldn't read it, but and I guess his thing kind of collapsed on him as he said it, because he was like, I didn't watch players back in the day, but it's like, okay, well, you just kind of that collapsed on itself right there. And it's not even just that. Take that out of it. It's like I texted you when he was like, I'm the number one option on this team, Team USA, with Steph Curry, Devin Booker, LeBron James, et cetera, et cetera. Like, come on, man, what are you doing? But I'm sure he's a great dude. I'm sure one day I'll be eating my words because he's an incredible player. And I'm not salty because they swept us in the playoffs. It's not that. You can't just sit there and say Michael Jordan was the only player who had talent in the 90s. Are you kidding me? Michael Jordan played for a few years against the greatest Timberwolf of all time, Kevin Garnett. Are you kidding me? Charles Barkley, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. I could go all day. Steve, are you a fan of Anthony Edwards?
So I texted Brandon yesterday. I texted him a screenshot of Anthony Edwards' tweet, of that tweet. Let me pull it up here on my phone.
Yeah, pull it up, because I was pretty salty and bitter about that. And until he like comes out and says something different, that's one of the worst sports takes in history.
This is what I said. So Anthony Edwards said this. I didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it. They say it was tougher back then than it is now, but I don't think anybody had skill back then. Michael Jordan was the only one that really had skill. You know what I mean? He said, but now everybody has skill. And I sent that to Brandon and I said, this guy is dumb as rocks.
Yep. And I'm trying to find the tweet that you sent me. I know it's in here somewhere, but yeah, keep going.
I sent this to my cousin as well. I said the same thing. He really likes Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know you really like him. I sent it to him. I said, this guy's an idiot. I said, I know you like him, but WTF, right? And I said,
I got it on the screen right now, by the way.
I told him, I said, read the first sentence again.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I'm going to open my mouth anyways and say that, despite me not watching it, that nobody else has skill.
Yep.
Like, what is wrong with this dude?
It's on the screen right now. If y'all want to see it, this is a real thing. And again, there was a paywall. It was the Wall Street Journal. That's what I was thinking of. Wall Street Journal. But there's a paywall. You can't actually read like the full article and quote, I believe, unless somebody has a thing to it. But that doesn't matter. What matters is what he said.
Yeah. So my cousin replies and he said, he's 23 years old, man, born in 2001. It just wasn't his era. Dumb thing to say, just shows his age and maturity, which are pretty low still. And I said, you know, that's all he had to say instead of disrespecting generations of NBA players. You say I didn't watch basketball back then, but I know Jordan had some real skills, instead of I don't think anybody had skills back then but Jordan. Like, come on, dude. That's all you had to say.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I was messaging one of my good friends Now, again, I'm being a little biased here because my friend, Super Mario Hoops, content creator, good friend of mine, he's a big NBA history guy. We tried to look past that, and I want to read you one of his replies. He says, like me, you, and a lot of us aren't NBA players. Clearly, you and I are not NBA players. But that doesn't mean we know the NBA or basketball any less than he does. You know what I mean?
No.
And you're legit disrespecting countless players. You and I could have a 2-3 hour podcast on just the 90s decade alone and all the great talent that was in the 90s. And you know me, Steve, I can talk to you about the Bill Russells, Wilt Chamberlains, Elgin Baylors of this game, Larry Bird. I could go all day. Yeah. And I get that he said, I didn't watch it back in the day, but come on, man. You're in the NBA. You should know these legends. Right. Even if you've just heard stories or seen highlights or a little, stat moose, stuff like that, like you should know who these guys are. You know they had talent. A lot of the feedback I saw was on Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the greatest big men, one of the most talented big men ever. A lot of that was, well, he must have never seen Hakeem Olajuwon. And you know what? They're probably right. So I'm sorry. I'm salty. I am bitter on that. And I'm glad we're actually talking about this, but not to change subject or anything. We can keep talking about it, but do we want to get to some more pack openings here?
Yeah. Actually, I forgot that it wasn't on screen. So I kept it here. I just got a 100 overall Brandon Roy.
I'm sorry. I love Brandon Roy. One of the biggest what ifs in NBA history. Too bad he couldn't stay healthy.
I also mentioned this though to you, Brandon. I said the game was different back then when the NBA got rid of the hand checking rule.
Yep.
They also got rid of the physical play. Like it was all in one fell swoop. And it completely changed the way offensive players could take over now today. I said it's like before they played with handcuffs and then post the hand checking rule, they were freed of their shackles.
Right.
You can do whatever you want now on the court. So I don't buy that. And the NBA did that for a reason. Because it keeps star players and exciting players more healthy, and it runs the score up. And statistics show that games or sports in general that have more scoring, people watch and consume it more. That's why the NFL did this. The NFL did the same thing with protecting the quarterback. And what has happened from the 80s and 90s, 2000s to today? The games have way more points now. It's way more offense. Offense sells, defense doesn't, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. That's the way our games transitioned.
Yeah, and that's how the NBA and the NFL make more money.
Bradley Beal, let's go. Bounce back season, by the way, for Bradley Beal. I have a lot of hope and expectations that he's going to have a huge bounce back season.
Yeah, so as far as do I like Anthony Edwards, I appreciate his game, but I think he's got a lot of growing up to do.
Yeah.
And that even goes back to the other stuff that happened with him.
Yeah.
And with, obviously
Team USA stuff.
No, I'm talking about send the pic.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I mean, send the video. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
He has a girlfriend that's pregnant. And he gets another chick pregnant. And he sends her a video telling her, I need you to take the pill to have an abortion and to send proof of it.
Oh my God.
And I looked into it and I saw, wait, this guy has a girlfriend. She's pregnant. He gets another chick pregnant and he's telling her she needs to get an abortion and that'll pay her money. It's like, come on, dude. Like
Larry Bird.
I'm just very old fashioned.
Yeah.
Right. And so
Larry Bird, let's go.
Yeah. As a person, I don't care for him, but hopefully he'll grow up.
And to kind of carry on with that, whether you're a Suns fan or not, a lot of the conversation with the Phoenix Suns this past season, and you know this, Steve, was about leadership of Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and really everybody in the locker room. I can tell that Anthony Davis is probably not the best leader, at least off the court. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of maturity, like you said. And hopefully we have a lot of maturity and leadership in the locker rooms and on the court this upcoming season. especially with Tyus Jones and Monte Morris and et cetera, et cetera. So
Yeah.
hopefully our stars too, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, are better leaders on and off the court.